Hello, everybody. This is Frogman. Welcome back to Satisfactory. We are working towards getting that 1,000 nuclear pasta completed so that we can finish phase 4 of the space elevator technology thingy, whatever it is, hand-ins. And we've been working very well, I should say, over the last several episodes, many episodes, of trying to get at least to where we're building a reasonable amount of those a minute. So last episode we discussed a little bit about what we're going to have to do and how we're going to kind of work some of this out, and I've decided again, like, we were going to be building this factory kind of out here over in the fun part of the middle of the map. This, well, not quite the middle, I think the middle's up there somewhere, but in the middle, or at least in the general portion over here, southern portion of the map, yeah, the middle's up here somewhere, there is a couple of big holes and a nice big area. I mean, it's really fairly sizable if you think about how big it actually is. So we've got a nice big, let's just do the thing, and I think it's r.fuck0. Yes, this is a void hole. This is you die if you fall the way down into the bottom of that thing, and of course, for fun odd reasons, we're just going to have fun trying to build something over it. So the idea is going to be, I'm going to take some concrete from about over there, about halfway down. We're going to run it out. We're going to kind of try to make us a base of operations down here, kind of in it. I kind of want to go down in and then build out of the hole a little bit, so I don't know how far down in I want to go. We have to kind of, we're going to kind of do a little bit of well, like I say, prototyping before we go in there and start playing around, because of the fact that these are, well, the particle accelerators are pretty stinking big. So what I want to do, I think, I have all of the parts, I hope most of the parts over here to be able to at least build this, well, this section of the next process. So I do want to get this done first. I do want to be building, let me see, I need some of that, and where are they? This and this. I want to build all of these as soon as we possibly can. And the reason why I want to build these as soon as we possibly can is because of how they work. They only charge at 100 megawatts an hour, or 100 megawatts per connection. They can hold a reasonable amount of stored stuff right here, obviously. But they only charge, can I get a thing? Where is a power line? Can you go to there? If we look at this, it's going to take it currently an hour to charge this thing completely full before we can use it. They only charge at 100 megawatts, but they can discharge at whatever, you know, they can discharge at, basically. So these are going to be our magic, I think, for being able to run 20 of these. I think at the number that we were looking at, well, generally 20 times 150, that's 30,000 megawatts of power that we currently would need to be able to run 20 of these. But if we use the batteries, we can actually kind of do the math more towards the 1,000 mark, which means we can save 10,000 megawatts, which means we can kind of play around a little bit with this. We should be able to actually use those to kind of help us save on power, because they'll act like the battery bank that we need, and they'll do a little bit of a discharge, recharge cycle. It's going to take five of them per each particle accelerator to be able to keep up with them. And again, it's going to take an hour to charge them, which means, well, I want them all down and going, and well, it's going to take a while regardless. We don't have a massive amount of power, I don't think, as it is sitting here. And for the charging ability, just to charge them, I mean, we're looking right now at about 30,000 megawatts, and we have 57 to play with. So we're right on the edge, I've got like 27,000 that we can play with. I have not done the full-on math as far as what it's going to take to make all of the copper, but I do think that looking back at the little discussion, or the thing that we were talking about last time, we are not doing refineries. We are not going to do refineries, basically because of the fact that we need 320 refineries. The power usage on that alone is going to pretty much prohibit us moving forward unless we start seriously ramping up power production, which I am not interested in doing. So let's grab some parts. I think what I want to do is I want to just kind of stack. We can kind of play around today. I think I want to kind of just figure out what we need as far as doing this, and then we can kind of throw some stuff together. So why don't you just grab some stuff and see what we can do. So they each need what? How many? I mean, these all need what? 25 per. So I probably need to gather a couple of those, and should have enough of this, but we'll go ahead, grab a little more, grab some of this. I don't think I need those. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Need a little bit more concrete. Actually, we have a lot of concrete. What am I doing? This, grab a bunch of those. They really need these, and we'll grab some more of those just in case, and a lot of that. Just gonna try to fill up my inventory slightly so that we can kind of play. These are going to get really ridiculous after a while, and I need to kind of, well, we need to sit down and prototype how we want to build this building. What did I do with all that stuff? I need some of that just to kind of guess where those go out. So that should give us enough stuff to play around with. And, well, what I want to do is, like I said, we're just going to kind of go down here and see what we can't do about making an idea or a design that we can use to then kind of grow out of this hole. I would put them over there, but that hole, not really all that big. This one pretty decent size, but we'll see how this all kinds of tends to work out. So let's go down here where we've got a flat spot. Buy some of the copper that we're going to play with. And I already went and murdered everybody that was right here, so I kind of want to figure some of this stuff out. So foundation, let's just use the big one just so we can kind of figure out what we can see. I'm not going to build it on any type of grid as far as things go. We're going to bend the world to our will. So do this and then that. Yep, wrong button. No. Can I have this? There we go. Now we already kind of did this once over at the base. So what I need to do now is we're going to have to decide, first of all, how many of these are going to be on one particular chain or one particular side. So as you look at it, they're gigantic. This is going to end up being, regardless of how we tend to want to do this, it's going to be ridiculously tall. I don't know how many of these tall. At least 8 or 9? Maybe more than that? Something like that. Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting it to be. So, granted, there's only 20 of them, but then when you're starting to talk about having to actually add in the power storages as well, these are however tall they are too. Yeah, so I mean, like, this is going to be pretty good size. My intention is we're going to store these under the thing that it's going to live with, depending on how this is going to work. So we need to kind of figure out, man, I may have to just go build a flat spot in that thing and start playing around with it. So let's look at the recipe. Let's figure out the recipe here. So we're going to need to be able to put in 100 copper powder per minute per machine. And as we figured, we're going to need, what was that? Times 20. Now, 100 times 20. 2,000 copper total. 2,000 copper divided with, at least the numbers are nice. I can say that at least the numbers are nice here. So this number is nice, not the end-all be-all number, the 20 or 30, 20, however much copper we actually need. But as far as that goes, what that means is we should be able to do 4 per row or 5 per row. If it's 100 a minute, we can do 4 or 5, depending on how we want to do 4 or 5. So, I was really hoping this was going to be a big enough area, but I think I'm going to have to clean this mess up, go over there and build us a flat spot. So, give me a little bit. Alrighty then. I do, like I say, kind of want to go again. Like we just saw that. That's 10-ish things, 10-ish walls tall. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's start maybe. Maybe I want them all out of the hole. I mean, I kind of want them sitting in the hole slightly. Is that going to be reasonably straight? No. Let's try that again. Let's do it about right there. That's a 2 meter. I want a 1 meter. Not that it really matters. They're all about the same. Because when we get this all sorted, what I'll probably do is we'll use the clear foundations. So is that to the wall over there? Okay. Making sure I have plenty of fuel. I'm going to try not to kill myself doing this. And I don't want to cover up the waterfall, so let's kind of do this. You go over there, and then you do that a ways. Bang. And I gotta be really careful when I do this because that mod tends to crash my game once in a while if I move or act stupid when I do. Well, it's not that if I act stupid, it's I don't know why it tends to want to crash the game if I'm not careful when I put a lot of stuff down. So I gotta kind of be really careful and not move when I do it. There we go. So that should be a flat spot, at least to kind of play with. And what I want to try to do is I think we're going to do at least 5 per and try to spread them out so that they look reasonably well and maybe circle them around and go up with it. So for certain, I do want a center line, center part. So we're going to put one center right here. Particle accelerator facing. I don't know which way we want to face them. So if we do something like this, is that kind of centered? I know they're a little not quite exactly on. And then like the next one is gonna be, can I get these to twist? I'm gonna probably have to do that. That's what I was gonna say. I think we'll probably end up just doing 4s. We'll just build 4 on each floor. That was terrible. Yeah, we need more room, of course. Now go the other way. Go the other way. And then you can do this. Thank you. I know, just we're going to be fiddle farting around with this, trying to figure out how I want to do this. So, but generally what I want is something that's going to be kind of more or less square centered in the area so that there's a central location where the those parts are going to go. And as those parts get gathered up, what we're going to do is we're going to shove them into a drone hub, and they're going to go over there and take care of this. We're going to use drones to move the fuse module, or the pressure conversion cubes from that factory over to here, and then the leftovers are going to go over to there. So we're going to have to set up another drone that's going to be dealing with batteries, but that's no big deal. Let me see. I think for one thing, we're off. The center of that hole is back there, I think. It's kind of hard to tell. Actually, I probably can do it kind of like this. Yeah, center is back a little further. And then, I don't know, I'll have to go over there and look at it as far as using the map to kind of figure it out. That's pretty close, so like maybe we need to go back about 3 or 4 of those, 3 or 4 foundations, I think, at this point. Looks kind of like maybe. Like I said, I kind of want it in the back because what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of hang it off the walls once we figure out how we want to build the rest of the system. But I think what I want to do is we're going to move this. We're going to move this back to the center. I like however many that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If we do a 10 by 10 square, on on both sides. So if we do a 10 by 10 square here, then 10 by 10 this way, 10 by 10, you know, 10, just do a kind of a, I don't know, a cross shape or something like that, and then stack everything vertically as much as we can. That'll leave the center for some kind of interesting thing if we want to do it or whatever, plus of everything like that. So let me get this resorted and centered. I think probably that's about. I'll thank you at Area Actions. I forgot that I had you in my inventory. Probably actually that one right there. Can I get rid of you? Like maybe right there. Sometimes I wish the game had just little markers like that, you know, built into it. Something that you could just, you know, point down. I mean, I guess I could do the ping thingy and mark it right there and say, hey. Can I actually place that in the middle? Hang on a minute. Can I actually do that, right? Like, can I make a marker right smack dab in the middle of that thing? Yeah, new map marker right there. Right there. Right there. That's center. Let me get this sorted out, and then I think I'll bring you guys back once we have that floor, well, those 2 things, 3 or 4 things fleshed out. So I'll be right back. I got to get some more parts because I didn't bring enough stuff down there to make the other one. So let's go see what we can do. Okay, we got a little bit of a sketch going, and I kind of think I like the way it's starting to look here. So we've got 5 of them on one side kind of laid out using the clear foundations. And then I've got a little bit of a catwalky thingy kind of getting between each level just so that I can kind of walk it if I need to. So we're still going to have to do some belting and some playing around, and the belting is going to be a little bit of fun considering that, like I said, that whole side is going to share a single belt of copper. So we'll have to split it, or maybe we'll do something else. We could circle all. Either way we're going to look at it, we have to fit 500 copper into either side of this thing, I believe. So, or any side of it. So maybe we'll make the belts go around and around. Maybe we'll make the belts go up and down. I don't know. We haven't gotten to that point. Again, the whole point here is to try to get that kind of structure laid out so I can see generally what it's going to look like. We're going to build pillars and whatnot on the edges and braces going down from the bottom and the sides, and I don't know what else I'm going to do with it exactly like that, but it's definitely going to be I'm going to probably do this more or less fairly brutalist, so lots of concrete, lots of steel, and lots of internal lights. So I think I've kind of got the center laid out as the way I want it. This is just so I can see where it is visually, and then the centers did have centers, but then I kind of moved the center. So it was going to be a 10 by 10 by 10 by 10 by 10 foundation. We've now cut it down to 7 by 9 on the outside and 9 by 9 on the inside, which it just kind of worked out to make it look decently well. So this way what we're doing, or at least we're centering, basically what we're doing, I should say, before we get too silly, is that we have 2 foundations this direction, 2 and a little bit foundation this direction, and 2 foundations this direction. So it should give us plenty of room to do belting, plenty of room to do things. Thank you, Clouds. It was nice and bright down here before you did all that. And if we do the button, which is this... Oh, wait a minute. We were running fog. Hang on. Go back up there. I guess the fog is on. So once you're in the area, you can't really tell aside from that you're down here. So we do have the ability to kind of walk around it and look around and go down. So next step is going to be, we're going to build the batteries underneath each layer. I was going to go ahead and I was going to build the batteries, like say we're going to do a layer batteries, then a thing, then batteries, then a thing. But basically, I just want to make sure that they're all down and charging. So what we need to do now is, because of the way we laid this out, we should be able to get this reasonably well done. I should bring power over here, but it's so far it's being okay. Center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that right? 8. Center's right there somewhere. It's like right there, I think. That's center. Center's right here. Yeah. I don't know how I can't count. Some days you just can't count, you know? Anyhow, we need to go ahead and figure out how we want to lay the batteries down. They are going to be fairly visible, and each side is going to get 5 layers of them. So if we take a power storage, I want the power thingy facing forward there. So that's the one in the center. We're going to need 5 rows of these, so there and there. This should be just fairly simple. I kind of want to space them a little bit, make them look nice, or at least look cool. So there we go, that direction. And then it'd be that, and I think I got enough to at least get one side done. I would use the extend function, but the extend function does not give the little space in between of them. So we could copy them, but I'm not really interested in playing with a copied version of one of these because they can get to be a little picky. But we do those, we do those, we do this, 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 that. And we need to do another layer. Which direction? So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need one more layer over here, don't we? Done. Please tell me that didn't rotate. No. Okay. One more right there. All right, so if we come back over here and we go up top and we take a look down, generally that's kind of what I've been doing, is looking down and looking up and looking down. That's 2 almost all the way around. I think, actually no, it's 1 and 2. It should be 1 and 2 as far as the way this should work. And you should be able to look down and watch the things go down and then back up and down and then back up. So cool. All right, I need to get the rest of those going. And then we need to bring some power down here so that I can let these guys charge. I want to light them all at the same time. 30,000 will hurt for a little bit. We may have to shut a couple of things off, although I think we'll be fine. Yeah, we need to get those down, and then I will, I guess I'll bring you guys back in when we plug everything in, because that's a lot of wiring I got to do. I'll be back. Alrighty then, I think we have it mostly wired and built, and we haven't done any more to that because that can just wait for the time. Like I said, we need to get these things charging. So, this train station I think is gonna be permanent because it's gonna be a way of just coming over and taking a look and saying hi. There may end up being another train station like over there or something like that, because I am going to utilize some of that area for building the copper. Actually, I think if we can, I want to haul all of the copper back to that area and build all of the copper powder, you know, the copper and the copper powder. At least the copper powder is going to get built over there in that area, because it's going to be a decent amount of machines. Once again, it'll be a pretty decent sized factory. And again, we still have, well, 3 more of those things to hang on there, plus a decoration phase where it's going to go through a we're going to hang some stuff on it. I'm going to make it look pretty, I hope. So we'll see. Anyhow, we need the power, which I think I can run straight down. I want to go over to that, at least over to that walkway. I may have to go a little bit lower, but can I go any further than where we are right here? We're going to be needing a lot more power than what's currently here, so let's make something that looks halfway decent, I guess. You can go to there, and then how far can you go? Can you go to right there? No, you're going to be in the ground. Move this over. It's always the fun part of getting certain things like this sorted out. It was like, yeah, it's temporary for like another 6 or 7 months. There. And click. And this connection is going to be very temporary because we have to design the rest of it. But Let's run it out here. That way I can at least watch this right here. Thank you. That's actually about where I wanted you to be, because then the next step is it's got to go down over there. We'll put it to that spot right there. Can you fly through these? Hey, look at that. Cool. All right, so we're going to go ahead and utilize the power shutoff thingies, or these dings, just because that way if I need to be able to kill it. Essentially what we're going to do with the power is going to come in from this corner over to here to right here for now, and then get connected to that spot right there. Now, at the backs of these, because of the where the particle accelerator is powered from, they're powered in the back corner over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just run a line from this side up, just straight up through the thing, because you can kind of do a little bit of a, let's see here. Something that I did find out that's really nice is that you just can daisy chain these things, so they're all wired in a daisy chain until they get to the front of it. But what we can do is from the back, I can do something kind of like this, and we can bring a connector in and then just run it straight up. I know it's going to be kind of janky looking, but that way I can kind of get it through the floor. I would love if these would work on the floors. They don't, and I'm not going to bring it out forward and run it across to run it back. I just want one single power line running up. So with that being said, that should have connected everything up. We have not flipped a switch. We have our power, so I should now be able to do this. Whoop, should be able to do this. And there we go, an hour's worth of charging. And you can go over here, do this one. Now I may end up changing the way this works, I don't know. But for right now, I want to be able to just turn these batteries off when we need to turn them off. All right, cool. They're all charging. It's going to take them an hour to fill up. Beautiful. Sweet. Looking very much forward to that part of it. So we go back over here, and we click on this pole right here. We'll see we'll start to have a battery system backup that will allow us to go. So that's part of the reason why I wanted this to kind of go, because it's going to take me at least that long to get a few of these other things sorted out. And again, we're probably going to, you know, kind of walk away from it right now anyhow and just start looking for some copper. But yeah, we have some power storage available now, and we have particle accelerators, or at least 5 of them in place. So in between episodes, I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of this. I've got to rip all these other floors out. I want the clear foundations above them so that I can actually kind of use a little bit of the natural light that'll be coming through, even though my render distance is a little wonky. You can't see all the way through it. And then we're going to try to make it look like it actually was supposed to sit here. And I don't know, maybe I'll anchor it to the walls, maybe I won't. I don't know what we're going to do. I am going to replace some of these foundations, and I think some of those foundations are also going to get replaced with that stuff. So I want it to look like it's kind of a spooky, hangy thingy out in the air deal, so that, you know, you're always looking at that. So I guess, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. We're going to have a little bit more fun playing with more manufacturing of copper ingots and copper powders and, well, stuff like that. So see you then. Bye.